Hey everyone, Coach Investor back with another Pinterest video for today. So Pinterest reported earnings yesterday. The stock is down 11% pre-market right now. In my eyes, the earnings were pretty good. In the market's eyes, not so great because otherwise the stock would be down 11%. But the main issue the market has is because of this deceleration of the monthly active users. Because if you look at the revenue, they expect revenue to grow 105% year over year in the next quarter. Yes, that means that last year, that was the peak pandemic where advertisers weren't spending that much on platforms, etc. So that's why it's so high. But overall, we're going to go over the highlights. You're going to see that this quarter was a very, very good quarter. If some of you follow me on Twitter, you know I went on a Twitter space last night after earnings call discussing this with a couple of others on Twitter. Sadly, we cannot record that, so I'll try and summarize everything in this video. Also going to talk a bit about Pinterest and Shopify and how Pinterest can go from this social media platform to a social e-commerce platform and make us all rich. But before I do so, I just want to thank everyone that has been subscribing lately. We're so close to 15,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. And if you like these videos, leave it an early thumbs up as it really helps me outgrow the channel and get my videos out there. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Alright, so first up we have revenue. As you can see here, Q4 last year was an exceptional year for Pinterest. Right now we sit at a 78% increase globally year over year, 170% international, and 65% in the US. You will see this trend all over the earnings report. International is growing much faster than US because the US market is already maybe saturated. We continue here, we can see monthly active users globally increased 30%, internationally 37%, and the US, like I said, only 9%. And that's the main issue the market has right now. But if you really want to have a good metric to look at, it's probably this one right here, average revenue per user. Because when you think of it, if the monthly active users stay flat, let's say, but the average revenue per user starts doubling each and every year, then you'll see the company probably doing pretty well. So globally it increased 34%, in the US it increased 50%, and internationally, finally you can see here a major increase, almost double, 91% increase internationally. And this segment will increase heavily in the next couple of quarters, the next couple of years, especially thanks to their partnership, their expanding partnership with Shopify, which we're going to talk in a bit. But first, a quick look at their guidance. So they say we continue to navigate uncertainty given the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and other factors. Our current expectation is that Q2 revenue will grow around 105% year over year. In Q2, we expect global monthly active users to grow in the mid-teens and US monthly active users to be around flat on a year-on-year percentage basis. Finally, we expect sequential operating expense growth to accelerate in Q2 as we continue to ramp investments in our long-term initiatives and growth drivers. And this is the main reason why the market wasn't that happy with the earnings report, because of guidance, because of these monthly active users not growing as fast as they expected. But in my opinion, they're probably sandbagging it and they want to play it safe. They want to see what happens after the pandemic. Do people still engage a lot with Pinterest? But in my opinion, like I said, I don't really care that much. I do care, but not as much as the average revenue per user. If that can grow faster than the monthly active users, then we should be fine in the long term. Right now, let's go and look at this Pinterest and Shopify expanding their partnership. And then let's talk a bit more about how Pinterest went from a social media platform to a social e-commerce platform. So Pinterest and Shopify expand partnership to boost social commerce globally. So this is basically how it's going to look. Pins, click on it, and you can buy the product. So this is where it gets interesting. Pinterest is expanding its partnership with Shopify to 27 new countries, which you can see right here. Now more than 1.7 million Shopify merchants around the world have an easy way to bring their products to Pinterest and turn them into shoppable product pins that are discoverable across the platform. Shopify merchants advertising on Pinterest through Shopify will also have access to dynamic retargeting for the first time, which will enable them to re-engage with pinners who have already expressed interest in their product on Pinterest. So now that they've added 27 new countries where this Pinterest Shopify partnership is available, you can expect a heavier and higher monetization of these users, because a lot of people go on Pinterest to maybe look for inspiration for their wedding, redecoration, birthday, whatever. So before you just went on Pinterest, you look at pins and you're like, this sounds nice. So you save that pin it on your pin board, or you write it down somewhere and then you go shop on Amazon or on another store. Right now, Pinterest has evolved. Went from that to a commerce platform thanks to the integration and partnership with Shopify, but they also expect to integrate seamless payments. That way you can pay directly via Pinterest. So if you look at the whole life cycle of Pinterest, they went from discovery to maybe content creation and right now to e-commerce. So they went from, this looks nice, let me buy it from Amazon, to, this looks nice, let me buy it through Pinterest directly, which is great. Which brings me to my next point, is the VR, AR integration. We've seen that with Snapchat, we probably will see that with Facebook, we see that with Instagram, etc. Pinterest has done the same. I explained this in my last video. Again, all videos for Pinterest will be in the top right corner. But Dorsey tried it out with, I think, makeup, so you can have this AR and see how the makeup looks like on your face. But what if we take it one step further? What if you want to redecorate your room? You pin a couple of things and then you put it in your virtual room, but you use your camera so you can see, let's say, how this bed will look in your room, how this table, how this maybe picture on the wall would look. And then if you're happy, you just buy it directly via the app. Taking it another step further, what is stopping someone like a wedding planner or a birthday planner to offer their services on Pinterest? Say like, look, I'm a wedding planner, show me everything you like on Pinterest and I'll arrange the wedding for you. You can also maybe go to your wedding hall and put everything you've put on your pin board and see that virtually and see how your wedding could look like. Again, this is like a moonshot, but this is where Pinterest could be going in the future. And I think they will be going there. Yesterday in a Twitter space, Ophir Gottlieb said and talked that it wouldn't be surprising if they went into gaming as well. So I've been thinking a bit about that. Also, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on Pinterest and where they could go in the future. But if they want to go into gaming, I could see some integrations with some games like Sims, for example, where people can maybe build their houses through things from Pinterest. They could maybe use advertising from Pinterest into games, maybe GTA, you're driving in Los Santos, you probably see a billboard, you suddenly see Pinterest or somebody advertising their shoes or whatever from Pinterest inside the game. Again, this goes very, very in depth. They will need probably modding, customization for skins, cosmetics, advertising, etc. So again, this is a long shot, but as you can see, the future is pretty bright for Pinterest. So I think that's about it, what you should know about Pinterest since yesterday's earnings report. I will put up a picture right now of analysts and banks that are lowering or raising their targets for Pinterest. Overall, I'm pretty bullish on Pinterest. I think this could be the next big thing. I think it's still a pretty small company compared to all the other social media and e-commerce company. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts on Pinterest. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.